Yeah, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, and we are here, so we're gonna put the thing on the tier that's much higher. I'm not a liar. I'm telling y'all the truth. Got a little something proof, and I'm going to prove to y'all that we're gonna do this thing. Father's Day, the dance stand tall. How y'all feeling? I'm just asking y'all because the thing that's really appealing to me that I know that y'all doing okay. We're gonna talk about your health today. Hey, seatbelts, masks, helmets, and health food. So we're gonna talk about your level of concern about your health out here in these days. I mean, in these streets these days. How safe do you feel? You know, a lot of people are really affected and have really been affected by the pandemic. And some people are still following the protocols of the mask mandates and the CDC guidelines and things like that, even though a lot of those restrictions have been lifted. So, regardless of whether you believe in the pandemic or you believe that it has been a plan or a conspiracy or whatever, what I'm going to talk to y'all, what we're going to talk about today is how you safeguard your health. What's it looking like for you nowadays? Has the pandemic made you? Has it heightened your awareness of of dangers that are out there, and not just as far as getting sick is concerned, but getting hurt too. You know, I don't know about y'all, but whenever I see a motorcyclist weaving through traffic, or if I see somebody on a four-wheeler or a motorcycle or a dirt bike wheeling in the streets and all of that kind of stuff, it looks like they're having a bunch of fun, man. But I be thinking, all it takes is one little mistake. All it takes is one little thing that you weren't paying attention to, and man, it could be a really bad situation. So I want to know, you know, how many other people feel like I do? Whenever I see, honestly, when it comes to a motorcycle, if I see you without your helmet on, I be thinking like, man, y'all crazy. And I be seeing these cats, they got the helmet on the side of the bike. So you have a helmet, but you don't see the need of putting the helmet on. I don't know. I don't know. So we're going to talk about that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. Happy Father's Day to all my good dads out there, and even the dads that are struggling to become good. Happy Father's Day to all of y'all. Once again, I don't want to sound like it's no sour grapes or anything, but it's also Juneteenth. So unlike Mother's Day doesn't have to share its day with anybody else, but Father's Day we do. You know, we have to share, and we are sharing Father's Day with Juneteenth today. So happy Juneteenth to all my descendants of slaves, all of my descendants of slaves, my African descendants of slaves. Glad to be here, glad to see y'all, and we're gonna rock out, do this show. We're talking about seatbelt, masks, helmets, and health food. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is a Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show, all up in your area. And I'm glad glad to be here. So what's good, y'all? Seatbelts, masks, helmets, and health food. How safe do you feel when you're out there in these streets these days? Do you feel safe at all? Do you feel like there's just another disease or some kind of natural disaster? You know what? I should have actually put in the title something about these mass shooters. in the city of Philadelphia, unfortunately, going out carries the threat of being shot at, being harmed in some way physically. It's not a good look, but it's a reality in this city, and it may not be as bad as the news may make it seem. But listen, 3 people getting shot and killed is 3 people getting shot and killed. That's it. And another 19 people getting shot is another 19 people getting shot. Just because you don't die doesn't mean that you don't get hurt. So, are we aware? Are we more? Has it heightened our awareness, made us more sensitive to the dangers? Does it make us take greater precautions than we may have thought about taking before we got into this whole crazy stuff? Because the pandemic already offered us more safety protocols to try to prevent us from getting sick. But we also have to think about getting hurt. It's almost like we're living in a cartoon now. You know what I'm saying? Like in the old cartoons, because the cartoons that we grew up with were violent. The Warner Brothers cartoons were violent. Woody Woodpecker was violent. All of our cartoons were very violent, involving guns. Get your head shot off. But you didn't die. You fixed your beak or fixed your bill like Daffy Duck and went on, going about your business, making smart remarks and all that kind of stuff. So life right now is sort of like the violent cartoons that we grew up with. You have to kind of wonder if you could get shot for something stupid, shot over a parking spot, shot over words at a red light or a stop sign, or getting cut off at an intersection, things like that. Seems crazy, but those are the times that we're living in, and it makes me wonder how y'all feeling about this whole situation that we are involved in. Does it make you a little anxious or a little hesitant to even go out and try to have a good time, because a good time may result in a tragedy? Is that your feelings about things nowadays, or is that going too far? Or is it like, well, listen, man, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and I'm just going to do the best that I can, and I'm still going out and I'm going to have a little bit of fun. And I better take me, my knife, and my gun, because if anybody tried to hurt me and mine, I'm going to make sure that the sun no longer shines on them. It's going to be dark closing the casket. Yeah, I'm going to put them in the basket 6 feet under the ground. That's where you're going. You can't. 6 feet under the ground is where you're going. If you start coming around my friends, I'm going to make sure that your life is going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. If my burglar alarm starts ringing, you know what I'm talking. Life in Philly ain't no joke. But, life in other cities ain't no joke either. But just like in Philly, there are people who are able to put it in the back of their mind and go out and still have a good time. And there are people who say, nah, I think I'm going to stay in. I think I'm going to chill. It's like the drinker who really likes to go out to the bar. But you know what I mean? They be, these young people out here be acting crazy in the bar nowadays. So I don't go to the bar. I just go get me a bottle from the liquor store and turn up at the crib a little bit. Have a little get together and shit. Call my friends over. We play a little music, play a little cards, gamble a little bit, have a little fun. I cook up something. That's better than going out here with these people. Now I got to worry about somebody giving me COVID. I got to worry about somebody giving me monkeypox. I got to worry about somebody shooting me. I got to worry about somebody making me feel bad on some old crazy stuff, making me feeling like I want to knock somebody's head off because somebody's being disrespectful out there. Is our is our concern about safety inhibiting our ability to have a good time anymore socially? Is it taking away our fun out there in them streets? And then I want to talk about things that you've been doing in order to safeguard your heart, your health. Maybe you're a little bit more concerned about your health nowadays than you were before. A lot of people I know turned 50 this year. So some as we get into the AARP ages, many of us are many men are going to go get their colon exams and get their prostates checked and things like that, trying to make sure that they have a future, trying to make sure that they'll be able to raise their kids if they still have young children, or be able to spend time with their grandchildren if they have them, trying to be okay. It's a good time. It's a good time to do that. At any age, it's good to take care of your health, because the things that we have done when we were younger, beating ourselves up, taking all kinds of chances on our health, drinking ourselves crazy, taking drugs crazy, being violent, going back and forth to jail, for some of us, wasting years. And all of this is unhealthy behavior. It really is. And we have the answer for that later on. Y'all know we be having an answer for it later on, man. So what are we doing? We can talk about everything. We can talk about everything from skull caps to what should I say, dressing warm to airbags in the car, helmets on a bike, health food, eating organically. Have you started to eat better? We can talk about all of these things, and we will. It's time. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, and glad to see y'all coming through on this Father's Day. T. Carey, right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to see my peoples. Have my peoples going directly into your site. And Carol Chamberlain, my friend, mi favorita. So good to see you. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing, max and chill. I appreciate me, all of you. And I'm really glad that you all came through. So what are we doing? What y'all been doing? Dude. When I get in a car with somebody who doesn't put on their seatbelt, I guess it's so automatic for me now. Click. Click. It's so automatic for me now. I don't even think about it. Or when I'm riding without it, I just feel. When I was younger, I didn't wear no seatbelt. I didn't. And you know how many accidents I've been in? And all of my accidents happened before I started wearing seatbelts. I didn't get no accidents when I started actually wearing the seatbelt. When you're a kid, you don't like to wear the seatbelt because you can't see out the window. Maybe today's cars aren't as tall, or the seats aren't as low. But back in the day, in the Buick Deuce in the Quarter or the Riviera, you in the back seat, you couldn't see. In the back of that Ford LTD, I can't see. In the Lincoln, I can't see. In the Pontiac, I can't see. We ain't want to wear them seatbelts. You couldn't roll around in the back seat, messing around with your brothers and sisters, your cousins, or friends. The back seat of the car used to be where it went down. Tell me I'm lying. It seemed like the back seat of cars back in the day was so big. You couldn't have no fun back there if you were strapped in your seat. We was damn near having wrestling matches in the back seat back in the day. We were that little. Remember being so little that you felt like you could swim in your bathtub. Remember? Number. Feeling like you could swim in the bathtub. That's how little. That's how little you was. You know. Um, it's funny because I just got off the phone a little while ago with Ayana, my daughter, and we was talking about her brother going on his prom, and we was talking about it because he looked real handsome. You know what I'm saying? You know, coming of age, he's going to college, going away to college in August, and we was talking about his prom, and she was saying, I don't know. She was saying she don't know if she wants to go to a prom when the time comes. I said, well, you know, you don't have to make that decision right now, but I'll tell you this. I told her, I said, if I were you, I would take advantage of every social opportunity to um to kick it with my friends in high school while I have a chance. I said high school only comes once in a lifetime. And I was explaining to her, I said, listen, baby, you know, you only grow up with people one time. You don't grow up with anybody at any other time in your life. You're growing up with people now. You will not grow up with them again. You'll grow older with them, but you won't grow up. Well, you know, for her purposes, you know, we take growing up to another level. We mean coming into the understanding of things, but she's physically growing up with the people that she's going to school with. I said, so even though you might not want to go through all of the stuff that comes along with proms, and some people even don't want to walk when they go to graduation and stuff like that. I was telling, I said, go and be able to say that you didn't have fun, or that you wish you didn't go, but don't not go and wish that you had gone, because it won't be an opportunity to do those things again. You can go on somebody else's prom, but you can only go on your own one time. You can only kick it with those classmates one time, and that's whether you like them or not. And I was explaining to her, I said, listen, after high school, things happen. Things happen to people after high school. They go away to college, they get jobs, they travel the world, they get married, they have children, they die. And I was just telling her, I said, that's the reality of it. You can't get your high school buddies back. You can't get them, even with social media and all of that. You see people on social media trying to recreate that high school. You can't do it. It can't be done. You got to hold on to it while it's there. Take full advantage of it while it's there. I ain't saying that you got to hang around people that you don't like, but be able to say that you were there to say whether you like them or not, whether you liked it or not. Just take advantage of those opportunities. So she seemed to understand that. She said that that made sense to her. Well, I'm glad, because we was gonna make her go. Carol listen said, if that back seat could talk, right? And back seat didn't seem big. It seemed like that back seat held 5 kids on one seat. 5 kids. I don't know how we fit back there, but hey, we was back there. Some of the kids was fat. You was back there though. We was lapping it up. Whatever we had to do, we still had room to play around. People, how you lose your shoes in a car? Where are your shoes? They somewhere up under that seat. How you lose your shoes? You lost your shoes in a car? You got out of the car back. Look, you know you was dead wrong. You got out of the car with one shoe on, one shoe off. Whoever the adult was driving, like, what the hell? Where's your shoe? It's in the car. Well, why didn't you put it on? I did, but I can't find it. You know that look that grow. If you don't get your ass in that car and find them and find that damn shoe, and you got 30 seconds to do it. But I can't find it. I can't. It's probably under here. I can't reach it because your silly ass pushed the shoe all the way up under the seat, trying to, saying, "Watch, I'm gonna push my shoe, and then it's gonna be in mommy or daddy. It's gonna be on their seat." Your little short arms, silly stuff, silly stuff. Let me see. TK Wright says, "I don't feel safe. I had a near miss on the highway this morning when a driver came to a complete stop on the highway. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I'm glad you're okay too." As said by Carol Chamberlain. Yeah, Carol, we talk about them cartoons. How about them Three Stooges? Straight violence. I don't see how you slap, punch, elbow, and gouge somebody's eyes out. They never got a bruise. Not a lump, not a mark, nothing. And they was white. No, not one bruise. Not one bruise. Let me see. Dang. TK Wright says, "Thanks. I was nauseous afterwards." Wow. Cal says, "What's the name of the song that says, 'Don't push me because I'm close to the'?" Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder. It's called The Message. The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. No, it says, "In the Coupe de Ville." I can't see. You couldn't. And that was the coupe. That was the coupe. Now, you know what I didn't understand? The El Dorado was a coupe, and the Coupe de Ville was a coupe. What was the difference between the Coupe de Ville and the El Dorado? Do you remember? Now, visually, it looked to me like the difference between the El Dorado and the Coupe de Ville was how long the front was. The El Dorado had a front. That hood, the hood of an El Dorado was long. In the El Dorado, you was in the back, no matter whether you was in the front seat or the back seat. Everything was in the back. That front was long. The Coupe de Ville wasn't as long in the front. There might have been a difference in the engine too, but I'm not sure. Like a back seat there or a station wagon, like a boat back there or a station wagon. Carol says, "Absolutely, Omar. She needs to experience all of that. It's like a rite of passage." It is. It is. I know so many people that didn't participate in that stuff, and it's like, damn. And I know some people who wanted to, but they didn't because they was too busy getting kicked out of school, too busy getting suspended, too big. Some people couldn't walk because they did some shit at the end of the year and ruined everything. Plenty of people couldn't go on the prom. At some Catholic schools, they wouldn't let girls go on the prom because they got pregnant at the end of the year. Like, nope, you ain't going on no prom. How's it gonna look? You at the prom with a belly? No, you ain't. You ain't going on no prom over here. Here's your diploma. Get out of here. You're a disgrace. You know we Catholic. We ain't supposed to be having no sex. You should have just sucked them off. He'd have been cool. Just saying. Just saying. That's what they said. I'm just repeating what they said. Carol says, "It was hard to get under the seat though." So you know what I'm talking about. Them cars was big. Those back seats were roomy. You could damn near put one of the cars in the back seat of one of the cars from back in the day. Like I know I could get a Kia Soul in the back of probably in the back of a LTD. I could fit a whole Kia Soul in the back of that joint. What you talking about? Bet me. Bet me. Bet me. I know it'll fit in the back of a Bronco or the old Suburban. Remember the old Suburban with the double doors? The Suburbans today got the double doors too. But the old Suburban. It says, but we never did those things to our friends. At least I didn't. Yes, it was. Okay. Yes, it was. The coupe was wider. Okay. Is that what it was? The coupe was wider than the L Dog. The L Dog was longer. All right. Makes sense to me. They just named everything in a Cadillac a DeVille. Seville. Coupe DeVille. Sedan DeVille. Why they name a Brome? Why they name a Brome a Brome? I don't know. Man, shout out to Cadillac, man. Dopest car ever. Back in the day. All right, y'all. But yeah, seatbelts. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I feel funny when I go out without a seat, when I drive without a seatbelt. I don't care if I'm only going a short distance. An accident can happen no matter how far you are away from home. It can happen on your block. So, but what is your level of care or level of concern when it comes to that? Like, T. Carey Wright, when you almost got into an accident today, did you have your seatbelt on? A lot of people don't wear seatbelts. In Pennsylvania, they won't really. In the city of Philadelphia, we're very relaxed on certain things, like murder. Now, I meant like in Jersey, they are a beast when it comes to talking on your cell phone. In Philly, you can ride right past a cop, phone on your ear. You can ride right past the cop. He is not going to stop you. You know why? He on his phone too. He looking at you like, hold on. Hey. Oh, never mind. I don't even know why they made up that cell phone ordinance. And we don't follow that. But you cross that bridge, they've been a beast on cell phone usage while driving for years, double decades. And seatbelts. We do not enforce seatbelt laws in this city. Not in the city of Philadelphia. Not in the city of Philadelphia. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel about it? Oh, TK Wright says I always wear my seatbelt. Well, that's good. That's a good practice. Of course, there are people who say that seatbelts aren't good because you can get strapped in, and it's almost better to be thrown from the car than to be jerked that way. You can break your neck. I don't know. When I was in college, I remember a professor telling me he was a professor, but he was a former police officer. And he said, I've never unstrapped a dead person. That was in 1989, 1990, though. You know what I mean? He might have didn't back then. He might have did now. This is definitely an allergy day. Father's Day, allergy day. But the weather is pretty nice today. Not too warm. Definitely not cold. It's a good look. Let me see. Carl says, My dad had a 59 caddy. Wow, the fishtails with the fishtails. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I called it the Batmobile. Word. Wow. A 59 caddy, huh? He was rolling hard. Carol says, I certainly do wear mine, talking about the seatbelt. And she says, I think they passed something saying you couldn't get pulled over just for that. I swear, this city, I can't. I can't. I can't. Listen, when my license wasn't straight, they pulled me over for anything. Any and everything. Ever since I got my license straight, I can't get pulled over. They like, yeah, Mr. McIntyre, that might have been a rollaway stop. And yeah, I questioned whether that light was really yellow or red. But I can tell that you're ready to put up a fight now. You got your little license. So go ahead. We ain't see nothing. I could go the wrong way on a runway on a one-way street and be like, hey, mistakes happen. I saw you almost hit that kid though, so let me not have a license though. Let my license be messed up and I have on my turn signal and don't switch lanes or something like that. Whoop whoop. License, registration, insurance, and your needle arm. My what? License, registration, insurance, and your needle arm. I don't. What is a needle arm? You which arm do you normally use to get a needle? Don't tell me you ain't never got no needle before. Matter of fact, pull it over. Pull it over. I see you want a problem. You I see. Yeah, since you want to act like you don't know. You see the oh, wait a minute. I ain't finished tying you off. All right. Yeah, that's your needle arm. Keep it still. Keep it still. I'm gonna go run your information. I'll be right back. You need to drink more water, Mr. McIntyre. Carol says maybe they're too busy with all the shooting going on and carjacking. Could be. They used to make time though. T. Gary Wright says pulled you over, pulled you over, and was like, Mr. McIntyre, we stopped you because your shirt and socks aren't matching. I'm a I'm gonna need you to step out of the car. I know I got a ticket for that at some time in my driver's history. I know it. I know it. I know it. Yes, Carol, the needle arm, license, registration, insurance, and your needle arm. Huh. I see you don't have no tracks on there, Mr. McIntyre. You must be using your foot. Or either that or you a skin popper. I'm gonna need you to lift up your pants leg. Like y'all too much. You know, when you don't have we talking about your health. Honestly, I don't feel healthy when I'm pulled over by the police. I mean, as a black man in America, it can go a certain kind of way. And that way ain't always a good way. A lot of times that way is a bad way. So um but when your license ain't straight, you ain't worried about none of your rights. You know what I mean? You will let the cops violate all of your rights when your license ain't straight, and you don't have to. But you be so worried about them taking your car. Like, I don't want them to take my car though. Like, whatever I gotta do to avoid this impound, I'ma do it. So they got me over here. You know, checking my vitals. They checking my to see if I, to see if I'm on heroin. They got me out there doing well. Listen. We gonna need you to do 50 push-ups straight, full push-ups. Don't try to do the little short ones. No, we need full arm extension. I need elbows. I need your elbows to disappear on these push-ups. I need you to do 50 straight. And then we can talk about, you know what I mean? I'm gonna need you to do 25 burpees. You got a problem with that, Miss McIntyre? Because it seems you seem a little restless. We're gonna need to check your car. Because matter of fact, let me get the K9 unit over here because evidently Mr. McIntyre seems to have something to hide. All right, sir. No, it says the hypothetical scenario isn't too far fetched. What? When your license ain't straight, you're not putting up you're not putting up a fight. You're not defending your rights. You're not even talking about your rights. Me personally, I was just trying to make sure, trying to stay in their good graces so they wouldn't impound the car. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes it didn't. But I ain't trying to get my car impounded and get my head beat in too. I don't want nobody putting up a shrine for me. I don't want nobody riding for me and having candlelight vigils. And I don't want none of that for me. None of it. I don't want to be part of none of those conversations. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of those. He was getting his life together. He was blah blah blah. Local talent, local blah blah blah. They probably be talking about the show. Omar McIntyre, Sun 752. Next thing you know, they talking about the content of the show. He often had disparaging things to say about the police. Next thing you know, the conservatives are like, yeah, he got what he had what he had coming to him, and y'all like, no, he didn't. That's not right. I don't want none of those conversations though. I'm good. Carol says, you certainly don't as a black man. The assumptions made when driving while black. Man, listen. It's honestly a health issue. It's honestly a health issue. Getting stopped by the police is not sweet like that. And I don't care if the cop is black. Especially if it's a female black cop. Oh God. Get out of the fucking car. Oh, you want to be a smart ass? Really? Okay. That's what I get for using words like ma'am and excuse me. No, officer. I don't have you fucked up. I don't. I swear I do not have you fucked up, ma'am. Officer. Sir. I don't have you fucked up. I don't even know what it's like to have anyone fucked up. I do not. I don't know. I don't want you fucked up. I certainly don't. I have a lot of things, but I don't have you fucked up. I don't got that. That's what I don't got. I do not got you fucked up. no, not me, not me. But these are some of the things that you have to take into consideration when you're out here in the world. It's not always, if being a black man or woman means that you have to look out for the bad guys and the so-called good guys. It's a health issue. Shoot, if nothing more, then you shoot. If you have a bad heart condition, you get pulled over and you scared that they're gonna kill you, mess around and have a heart attack and die. They never even they didn't do anything to you. So the news, the propaganda, the media, I wonder if it's as bad out here as they make it seem, because we can't spend our lives in the house. We got to come out. We have to come out. We have to come out to get food. Some of us have to come out to wash clothes, get gas, go to work, go to school, visit people, take care of other people who are sick. We have to come out. So, but we have to really do things to safeguard our health while we're out there. So I'm wondering, what are the things that y'all do? What are some of y'all concerns? I'm already letting you know what mine are. It's real out here. It's real. By the way, if you all would like to call in, if y'all want to call in, I invite y'all to call in, and the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. Once again, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak, and then I'll call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Son Show. I'm your host, Son752, and we're talking about seatbelts, masks, helmets, and health food. What are some of the things that you are doing to safeguard your health? Maybe not necessarily promote your health or even improve your health, but to at least maintain your health. I still wear my masks inside of the store. I'm not ready to take off my mask. I don't care whether we have a mask mandate or not. They wouldn't encourage you to still wear masks if it was okay for you to take off the masks. Real shit. So I'm keeping mine on. I'm going Michael Jackson style until I feel like we good. And I don't feel like we good yet. We know that COVID-19 is an airborne disease. So we got to be around other people that are breathing air. But I don't want none of they nasty ass air, son. Blowing your nasty carbon dioxide on my skin, man. Nah, son, nah. You nasty. You real nasty, you know what I'm saying? Nasty. Nasty. So, yeah, I'm still wearing a mask. Protocols, relaxed. I don't care. Last year they said that you were able to take off the mask because of the vaccination. How'd that turn out? As soon as we took off the masks, well, as soon as they took off the mask, here they come with the Delta and the Omicron variant. Nah. I'm good. I don't really like wearing the mask, but I'm used to it enough to keep on doing it, and I'm gonna keep on doing it. Carol says, getting more exercise. I still wear my mask inside buildings. That's what's up. She says, I'm trying to be more conscious of what and when I eat. We got to the food. The food situation. Listen, with the way that they're pricing food now, it should be easier and easier for us to make better choices with what we put in our body. It should be easier. Look, I can't afford them. I can't afford them shits. No way. So eating better is one of those things that we definitely can do. Now, whether some of us are doing it or not, you know how it goes. But it's something that we can do. It's something that we need to do, and it's something that many of us are doing. What about y'all? You know, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to stop eating the things that you like that are unhealthy all the way, but it's good to incorporate some healthy eating in case you have to go all the way with it one day. At least you'll be in practice. Yeah. You know, naturopathic practitioners believe that as long as you eat the right things, you'll always be okay. They believe that all of your health issues and health remedies come from the food that we eat. There has to be something to it. It does. There has to be something to that. You know, I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking, this is a little bit off topic, but it was on my mind. You know, how did the natives deal with forest fires before we had fire departments? Like, you know, out there in California and out west, other places out west, they have forest fires that haven't even been started by anybody. The sun is so hot and the air is so dry that the sun is like a magnifying glass burning the sand. I'm sorry, burning the grass and the crops. So you know we have to take desperate measures in order to stop those fires. They rage out of control sometimes. How did the natives do that before we had fire departments, hydrants, and stuff like that? Is it the case that they didn't have those types of problems before? But I'm curious. I'm curioso. I want to know. I want to know. But yeah, I'm sure, you know, cycling back, pun intended, cycling back to what we was talking about, motorcycles. When you see somebody on a motorcycle that doesn't have their helmet on, or somebody that maybe even has a helmet on but is driving aggressively and recklessly through traffic, does that concern you? Do you ever call out to them like, yo, be careful? Because I do that. I tell them, yo, watch yourself out there. And a lot of times, you know, they'll be like, yo, thanks. Because, you know, a lot of times we talk about how car and truck drivers don't have any respect for motorcyclists. And I'm like, those motorcyclists, the bikers, they don't have any respect for anybody in traffic. They just want to weave, and you know, you see them speeding on the shoulder of the road if there's traffic and stuff like that. They just don't seem to care. Sometimes they run red lights, all kinds of stuff. So does it concern you when you see them riding without a helmet or something like that? I don't think I've ever seen any of these cats out here on four-wheelers. I don't think I've ever seen them with a helmet on. Ever. Not one time do I remember seeing a four-wheeler rider, or should I say, on a with a helmet on. Sometimes wheeling with somebody on the back. You would think that the thing only came with two wheels. They'd be wheeling so far, so long, blocks and blocks and blocks wheeling, blocks and blocks and blocks wheeling. Never saw him with a helmet. Ever. Not one time do I remember seeing four-wheeler riders with a helmet on. It's a concern for me. It's dangerous. That's dangerous. By the way, if you call into the show and you want to speak, make sure you press number 1, and that will let me know that you're not just listening to the show, because you can just listen to the show when you call in 319-527-6199. So let me know what you're doing, what you're doing, what y'all doing. Seatbelts, masks, helmets, health food. What are we doing to safeguard our health while we out here in these streets? I see that we have a caller with the last number is 8658. Welcome to the Urban Therapy. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. This thing is acting a little slow. Like it don't want to be down. Wait a minute. Okay. I think we get close. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Hey, just thinking about what you were just talking about, the motorcyclists and the all-terrain vehicles and how they drive, and saying that, people used to say that truckers and cars don't have any respect for motorcyclists.
Mm-hmm.
It's more the other way around, in my opinion. There was a young man that had a really bad motorcycle accident at on Stanton Avenue coming towards Broad Street, almost at Godfrey. And my aunt was outside and she heard it. And she's a real religious person, and she went running to the corner, and the young man was laying there, and the bike was still on, and people were out there. And she got down on the ground with this young man, and she said he had been ripped open. And she was just praying with him and asking him to hold on to get, till, the paramedics could get there, what have you. Never knew what happened to that young man, but I was having a conversation at a friend's house with a guy that came to her house and a younger man that came with him, and we were talking. Well, this one guy that's a friend of hers, he loves motorcycles. He's got 2 or 3 of them. And I was saying, that's kind of crazy because you can only ride one at a time, that kind of stuff. And the young man was saying that he had a really bad accident on Stanton Avenue. And I said, really? He said, yeah, it happened about 2 or 3 years ago. I was like, really? I said, where at on Stanton? And he proceeded to tell me. And he said there was a lady who came outside. And I remember that woman, and I'll remember her till the day I die. He said, because I think that woman's prayers and just the fact that she got on the ground with me and knelt beside me and held my hands until the paramedics got there. And I said, that's interesting. I said, that woman was my aunt. And he said, really? I said, yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. He said, is your aunt still alive? And I was like, yeah, she is. He said, when you see her, tell her. I said, thank you. He said, because I was real reckless on that bike that day. I caused that accident.
Wow.
Like you said, weaving in and out of, traffic.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest fear today is probably hitting one of them or getting hit by one of them,
Mm-hmm.
especially the all-terrain vehicles. Because let's face it, none of them have insurance. Most of them don't have a license, and they're reckless.
Yeah, that's true.
But given the amount of carjackings that has become so rampant again now,
Mm-hmm.
remember carjackings has like totally almost disappeared. You can hear about them,
Yeah.
but now it's as bad as the shootings,
Yeah.
and that's one of my fears. I don't live directly in the city of Philadelphia. You know how you like to say where I live, but I don't. But anyway, I do fear when I come into, especially North Philadelphia, and I got peeps down there. If I'm down there, I come in during the day, pray, and get out before nightfall. And
Mm-hmm.
that's bad because I grew up in North Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll your eyes, but it's just the
Oh,
truth.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
But it's just not, I say North Philly because I don't travel to West Philly and other places like that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but what you're saying is right though. You're right. For what you were talking about as far as the motorcycle riders and the all terrain vehicle riders, yeah, they really are reckless. And yeah, anything can happen to you out here. One of the reasons.
Yeah,
What?
it's really crazy. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I just got a new car in March, and I've noticed that people look at me when I get out of my car. So, or go to walk towards it, and I'm a woman by myself 90% of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I that's a fear I have.
Um, when that guy got into that accident, did he have a helmet on? The motorcycle?
Nope, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. And again, he did tell me to tell my aunt that he was being reckless that day.
Yeah.
So he knew he was, in the wrong. He probably was, like you said, bobbing and weaving it out of traffic and, gunning it and all that. They were
Mm-hmm.
probably doing way past the speed limit, because you know how they ride.
Yeah. Hot dogging it. Yo, I be seeing them on the
Yeah.
expressway or the highway, and they be riding on the shoulder like they don't believe in no traffic. Like they not.
No,
Yeah. They not getting behind in no traffic. They are not moving in traffic. They get ahead of all of that.
I think that they think that the traffic rules weren't meant for them.
Really, literally.
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, because I couldn't see me putting my life at risk. I mean, let's face it, every time you get in your car, you're taking a chance, like Tati said earlier this morning. She could have been in a bad accident because some idiot probably just stopped. And you don't do that on a highway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful that she's okay, but that could have been a bad accident,
It really could.
you know. But it's just crazy. I mean, they have no regard for your life, their life, or anybody else's life. That's how I look at it.
Because it's true. I mean, maybe there are some good, safe riders out there, but you don't see them as much. You really don't. And
Yeah.
So the safer riders, the ones that are on the Harley Davidsons, cruising, you know what I'm saying? You don't see them as much. But them Suzuki and Yamaha riders, yo, them ninjas, yeah, they are they be out there hot dogging it and not caring.
What are those things? What are those things called that look like almost like a car? They sit low,
I
and you
don't
can see two people.
I don't know. That ain't no motorcycle to me. Them things are big.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they're big as a car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
first
but
of all, I don't
they
like them.
seem to dogs do too.
Yeah.
They dogs do too. They ride in and out
Mm-hmm.
of traffic.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like them, but they say that those are motorcycles. I'm like, that thing almost got a back seat.
Yeah. Now I remember seeing pictures of, and I actually did see one time in real life. Um, and it's a really old motorcycle that had the sidecar on it, but that's a whole different type of
Yeah.
motorcycle than the thing that
Yeah.
they're riding out here now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, those three wheelers. You have the different kind of three wheelers. You have the one for one person, then you have the one for two people, and the one for two people is like a sort of like a dune buggy. It's but
Yeah,
they pretty big.
yeah, but they big enough not to run in and out of traffic like they do.
And they be doing it. And I be like,
They be
man,
doing it. They be doing it.
yeah. I'm like, this is a mess. And I'll bet you that they don't eat their vegetables like they should. I'll bet you.
I bet you they don't eat vegetables at all. How about that? They
Mm-hmm.
probably snacking about potato chips and cookies.
They definitely ride like bad meat eaters. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
but
Mickey D's all day.
all day, all day. But there are so many small things that you can do that can help you to remain healthier. And it doesn't cost anything and doesn't require a lot of work. So I don't understand why you wouldn't do it. You ever had somebody try to clown you or put you down or tease you for trying to take better care of yourself?
Oh yeah. I had a conversation with somebody today, this morning, as a matter of fact, about what you eat, what you don't eat. And I was saying, I really need to tone my body, but I'm not going to join the gym. And she said to me, she said, well, you lost some weight. She said, the last time I saw you, I can tell. I said, I'm more active.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my feet all day when I'm at work.
Yeah.
My watch has that fit thing on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm walking around and I'm trying to get my steps in. And when I can close all three rings, the sister be happy. You know what I mean? When I don't close
yeah.
or one of them all the way up to three, then I'm like, damn, I did it again. I gotta do better. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel better.
Yeah.
I do. I feel better.
Yeah. That's definitely a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. Yeah, and it's good to be able to clock your progress and stuff like that. I wear mine all day and night. You know what I mean? I don't check it as much as I used to, but I know it's there, so I can see what I'm doing versus what I probably should be doing or am not doing. Right there on your arm. So yeah, smart watches, Fitbits, Apple watches,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's one of the advantages of having them because it kind of, for me, it kind of makes me set goals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'll set a goal. Today I want to close all my rings. And this is every day. So when I'm at work and I'm trying not to stand idle. I'm moving around and, I'm all over that store, and like if there's something that needs to be put back, oh man, let me get it to me, I'll take it back, because it's helping me to stay active. And like I told this young lady this morning, she said, well, you can go to a gym. I'm not paying to go to a gym. I can do this stuff on my own.
That's right.
I paid for gym memberships and didn't go consistently.
Man, that's a waste of money if I ever saw one, boy. I'd be teasing people about back in the day having those memberships to Bally's and what was it, a holiday spa. They was messing up people credit.
Yeah, Bally's. Yeah, Bally's. I owed them money. They finally went under, so I guess they can't get me no more.
They was sure trying to get it while they was there, boy. That's ridiculous. Here you are, you're not even working out and you paying this bill every month. But that was so the intention is to do to exercise or do something for your body was there. But yeah, you talking about going to work, working, yeah, going to work can be good for your health. You know what I'm saying? Your physical health. You, like I say, you moving around, you
and
walking.
your mental.
Definitely.
Your mental too. You know, you get to interact with different people, you know. And like we were talking about wearing masks, I'm in a warehouse store.
Yeah.
I got to get close to these people. I don't know what you got.
Not at all.
Got
I know they got something though.
God was here. Yeah. Yeah, you know what, the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact. And he calls me over because he needs help. And he's coughing all in his arm. I looked at my supervisor. I'm like, I'm not going over here. Maybe you might want to do that. She's going, Miss Carol, you got a mask. I don't care.
Yeah.
He ain't got none.
Yeah, now that's the thing. That's the thing. Now, when you don't have a mask, that's one thing. But some people overstate the safety of having on a mask. Like, you know, it's not. It helps. It helps. It doesn't totally prevent. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't putting all of my eggs just in this mask basket. But I definitely feel I feel more comfortable with it on than off.
If these last couple of years didn't teach you anything, it should have taught you that all the stuff they telling you ain't the truth.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Right.
So I don't, no. But I saw in the chat where Mars put up about Juneteenth. I'm cooking peas, rice, collard greens, and I'm frying some damn chicken today, okay?
Sounds good to me.
No healthy stuff today.
I hear that.
I'm celebrating.
Listen,
I'm celebrating my ancestors' heritage, okay?
Listen, fried chicken is healthy because I said so. It makes me feel healthy.
Exactly.
I ain't never ate fried chicken and felt sick at the same time. So there has to be something to that.
I agree.
Gotta be. You might not.
And I don't even eat black eyed peas, but it's tradition. It's like New Year's. You gotta have them black eyed peas, rice and greens,
Man, I love some black eyed peas. Forget that. I love black eyed peas. And any other peas. You know what I'm saying? If for nothing else.
Like beans.
You don't like beans? Yeah, I like beans. But my beans gotta have. Well, I was about to say it has to have some meat in it, but no, it don't. I like beans. Habichuela. I like some beans. Give me some beans.
Mm-hmm.
Got season.
I ate too much of that stuff when I was growing up as a kid. When you grow up poor, you eat beans.
That's what my mom say. Listen,
every day.
I hear you. Yeah, that would definitely get on my nerves. Eating beans every day. But
they used to have pots so doggone big, I swear it was looking like a witch's cauldron. I ain't lying.
Really?
And when you got 5 or 6 kids in the house, I don't know how many bags of beans they cooked at one time, but when you saw that pot come out, you knew you were eating beans all week.
All right, I get it. Beans were the enemy. I get it.
Yes, indeed.
I could dig it.
Man, I sat at the dinner table and fell asleep because I couldn't eat them.
Listen, that would be liver. You know what I'm saying? Like now, I couldn't eat that every day. I couldn't eat. Shoot, I think we only had it like maybe once a month. That was way too often. Like I need a month off. Get that mush meat get it away from me.
That stuff is nasty.
Yeah.
It might smell good when it's cooking.
Yeah, it do.
It's not good.
It's everything around it that smell good. The gravy, the onions, the peppers, and mushrooms, and all that kind of stuff. That's why people, when people be like, you got to know how to cook it. I'm like, well, how come I like everything it got cooked with?
Exactly.
So you telling me I gotta know how to cook it, but they cooked everything with it the right way? Like, I don't know.
Except for the liver.
Yeah, right.
Except for the liver.
I'm like, I don't think
and
so.
I've gotten to that point. I've gotten to the point I won't eat any organ meats.
Me either.
I won't eat liver, none of that.
Yeah, I won't eat any organ meats either. I won't eat any strings meat or percussion meats or I definitely won't eat any piano meat. Anyway.
No.
Anyway.
But that's the healthy stuff.
Yeah.
That I'm looking to eat now. I'm trying to be here as long as I can.
That's right. It ain't easy. Staying alive ain't what it used to be.
No, because you can walk out your door and it can be over.
And far too often these days it is. Just like that. Over. As soon as you walked out your door. Another tragic. Living in this city is just it's a whole mess. It really is. I ain't want to look at it that way, but there's no way around it. This is crazy.
And I was reading an article this morning where they want to arm somebody in Pennsylvania is pushing to arm teachers in schools. And I'm thinking, when I went to school, the only thing that the teacher was 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But I had this conversation with somebody and they were saying, well, the mayor needs to bring the National Guard in. No, the parents need to get their damn kids. That's what they need to do.
That is what they need to do.
We weren't allowed to run them up like these kids do today. But then we had parents.
Yeah, that's true too.
60 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it. This is a whole mess. It really is.
It's worse than a mess.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, in areas of the city of Philadelphia, it's a war zone. Every single day.
Yep.
It's a war zone.
It is.
I mean, I ride through parts of the city and it's like, it look like little Beirut out here.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially down there in Kensington and Zombie Land. I feel unhealthy just driving through there with my windows up.
Listen, windows up, doors locked. I'm praying when I got to ride through those areas, especially Kensington.
You know what driving through there reminds me of?
10 seconds. What?
Driving through there reminds me of going through the safari at Great Adventure. I be thinking somebody going to jump on the hood of my car. Like these monkeys going to jump on the hood of my car. I'm like, oh man, this is too, for real though. It's that bad. It's that bad.
I rode through there last year. A friend of mine passed away, and her son lived down there.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived in this apartment complex that was gated and everything. You had to call him from outside. He came downstairs to let you in the gate.
Mm-hmm.
They had armed security guards walking around. But I'm telling you, to get to that spot, I'm riding, following my GPS because I don't know where this building is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at these people, they take 2 steps and then they sleep on their feet. And I'm like, how do you do that? I mean, if you talk zombies, that video that Michael Jackson did, the Thriller, this ain't got nothing to do with, ain't got nothing on Kensington, okay?
Yeah.
It's been the real zombies down there.
Yeah, them Michael Jackson zombies, they was too active. They wasn't the sleepy zombies.
not like these ones in Kensington. Man, I was petrified. I was cool once I got inside behind the gates. And I asked him, I said, is my car going to be all right outside? He said, yeah. He said, they got surveillance and the security guards are armed. They come around the outside and inside, because it's like a courtyard once you get in there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, you still need to move. He told me, I'm working on it. And he was paying $2,400 a month.
What?
1 bedroom. Big place. one bedroom. When he told me he was paying 24 a month, I was like, man, you got to be crazy. Do you know what kind of house you could buy and pay 2,400 a month?
That's a lot.
That's a whole
That,
lot.
yeah,
Down
that's.
there too.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Gentrification is real. People better realize.
Yeah. Well, listen, we
I'm
got.
trying to get them out of here.
I get
I
that.
gotta go because I gotta go finish doing my dinner.
Okay.
But I just wanted to holler at you. Oh, and that breakfast thing. One day when you ain't too tired and I'm not working, you gotta check this spot out.
Okay. All right. Good looking.
Okay. All right. Talk to
Appreciate
you
you.
later.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye bye. You too.
All right, y'all. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, y'all. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious, glorious, glorious June 19th, Juneteenth, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Lena Baker. Happy birthday to you, Lena. And also, Oni Lockwood. Happy birthday to you. And Will Kahn, turning 53 years old today. And Monique Woods, happy birthday to you. And Shun Robinson, happy birthday to you. Go get her. And Mercia Childress, turning 51 years old today. And Juliet Anel, happy birthday to you. And Delandi Vasquez, turning 41 years old today, and Davita G, aka Davita Price, happy birthday to you, turning 56 years old today. Hey, and that was last but not least. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious June 19th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on, and do the damn to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, it's bad out there in these streets. But how bad is it? Well, it doesn't really matter how bad somebody else thinks it is. Your level of care, your level of concern, your level of feelings for your safety is all that really matters. So you have to do whatever you need to do in order to make yourself feel safe and comfortable while you're out there in the world. When you have to go out there in the world, we have to do something. We can't live our lives in a bubble. The boy in a plastic bubble. But while we are out there, we can do certain things to make ourselves feel like we're going to be able to make it back home and be okay while we're doing it. And I would encourage you to do so. So wear that helmet if you riding your bike. Shoot. Maybe we should wear the helmets in some of these cars. But anyway, wear your masks if you feel compelled to. I would encourage you to do that. Stay away from people that you think are questionable. You don't know who's who, so you have to make an informed decision about who you want to be interacting with. And the choice is yours. So try to make it as wisely as possible. All right, y'all. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. Hey, Naomi Savage. What's going on, young ma? That's what I'm talking about. It's my peoples right there. Stacy White. What's going on? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Mucho. All right, so we're going to get on up out of here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We will be back tomorrow for another Daily Go Get 'Emism show, 7 o'clock on a Monday. And no, I don't have Juneteenth off. That wasn't in my list of holidays. Feel some kind of way about that too. We don't have to have a talk. All right. So let me get Blog Talk on up out of here. All right.
Thank you for having Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right, y'all. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace, y'all. Oh. What, this piece?